Happy Friday, hot news, everybody. Welcome back to the tech news on the internet. We're going to be covering the fact that there's some more Nvidia cards coming. Scalpers made $39 million. Holy crap. And SpaceX blew up a rocket. Let's talk about that after we talk about today's video sponsor, Four Sigmatic. I'm just going to call this Four Sigmatic Friday because alliteration is nice, except for that S ruins things. Anyways, Four Sigmatic's my favorite coffee, my friends. It's not the same as your regular coffee because it's actually mixed with culinary mushrooms to help just boost you up a little bit more than the average cup of coffee. And I can personally attest anecdotally that I cut down on my total coffee consumption because I felt more stimulated after one cup of Four Sigmatic than I have with other brands. So my bag of Four Sigmatic goes a lot further. You can check them out. They have different versions of mushrooms and they have different means of helping you, whether it's to wake you up in the morning or different other mushroom things to help you relax at night. You can check it out at the link in the video description. And if you use coupon code UFDTech, you can save a little bit of money. My favorite coffee, just give it a chance. My friends, check it out at the links in the video description. With that being said, let's jump on into the first little bit of news, which is we got some more indication of the RTX 3080, 3070 Ti's, as well as the 3060 non-Ti and the 3050, because Manly, who is a partner with Nvidia, has submitted these filings to the EEC with all of these cards, which means that we could expect to see them sometime soon. The biggest indication is that these are going to launch sometime in January. Launch obviously being the operative word there. They're going to be announced in like technically release, but I mean, Nvidia's working on their stock stuff. It seems like they're doing a lot better than AMD is. The 3080 Ti is expected to go toe-to-toe with the 6900 XT. I'm hoping personally that it comes in $100 less, $899 there. That way you get a lot of the 3090 performance, but you also can get it versus the AMD card and would make it a better value. That's what I would want. 3070 Ti is supposed to come in at a $599 price point, and then the 3060 6 and 12 gigs are also supposed to be coming out. We'll have to see what the pricing looks like on that, but sub $400 would be the biggest indication. Then we also got some more information about a 3080 Ti because it's appearing in HP GPU drivers just to show that it likely is real. This is something that's been talked about since I believe August, that there was a card coming in between the 3080 and the 3090, and it does appear like the 3080 Ti is going to be it, and you just have to hold on a little bit longer. It's GPU season, friends. We're just getting the 30 series and the ARC 6000. There's so many GPUs coming out. Just enjoy it. You don't get this every year. Power color now switched to Team Red because we got third-party cards being announced for the 6900 XT power color, announcing their Red Devil, as well as Asus announcing their liquid-cooled Strix version. Just custom cards, which you're going to need these higher end cards to run this display, because AOC has announced their Aegon AG493 UCX 5120 by 1440 120 hertz Super Ultrawide with HDR 400. My goodness gracious, that's a big monitor, and you can likely power it with one of those cards, allegedly. And you might want to also have one of those cards to power one of these displays. Samsung's showing off their 110-inch micro LED wall TV. The difference between this and the previous showcases of the wall TV that happened, which was a 146-inch, is that this 110-inch is going to be a prefabricated version, so you don't have to like construct it, because that 146 you had to put several pieces together. This 110-inch is 4K HDR. 4K at 110 inches? That's sad. That's awful. It should be 8K. Gross. I'm out. I don't want this anymore. And you know who doesn't want this anymore? Scalpers, because they don't want the card. They don't want the product that they're actually purchasing to make money. They want the cash. And according to a data scraping report, it looks like scalpers have made a heckin' ton of money. An Oracle data engineer scraped some of the data off of eBay and found that scalpers, at least just on eBay alone, have made around $39 million in profits. $89 million in total sales, with eBay and PayPal taking their fees off the top. That's still tens of millions of dollars made by the scalper, which shows that the economy for it is just alive and well. And the unfortunate truth is that scalpers wouldn't exist if people wouldn't be willing to pay these exorbitant price, because then they would be at a loss. However, you can't necessarily dictate the value that somebody else would pay for a PlayStation 5 or something like that. Our video where we got a PS5 on launch day at the UFD Tech channel, you can check it out right up there, indicates that. It took me nearly $3,000 in real world value to get somebody to trade over their PS5, just to show you how much people may value these consoles, even just more so than monetary valuation. But also just to indicate that $40 million in profit is just eBay. That doesn't take into account Facebook Marketplace deals, OfferUp deals, Mercari, all of those kind of places where it could potentially be a lot more. So you guys are the reason scalpers exist, not you personally. You know, it's not, I'm not talking to you as an individual. I'm talking to you as a society. Okay, y'all are the reason scalpers are existent.
Everything is because of society.
I guess I participated in that too when I traded the PC. Anyways, I would have traded a PC like this. Thermaltake's announcing their AH200 micro chassis now comes in pink. Look at that baby. I like it. I unironically like this. Something's wrong with me. And something's wrong with the spaceships over at SpaceX. Well, sort of, because, you know, they're in their testing phase. The SN8 Starship did a flip. It did the landing flip maneuver. You can check the video out where they showcase how that happened. Anyways, on its descent, they apparently didn't get everything quite right, and it crashed into the ground. It exploded. However, one of the big things, check it. It's gonna flip. Flip for me. Oh, look at the flippy. It's doing the flippy. Beautiful. Anyways, it exploded, and Elon Musk came out and said they at least know why. I think that's the best way to, if you're going to screw up, you have all of the data to prevent the next screw up. So now on to SN9. Let's do it, SpaceX. I'm glad to see rockets exploding, but I'm not glad to see Oculus requiring Facebook login. That's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten an Oculus Quest 2 or even wanted to talk about it, because you have to log in via Facebook. Well, at least our friends over in Germany, they're not really our friends, but Germany's Federal Cartel Office, my personal colleagues over there, are filing an antitrust lawsuit over this because they think it's nonsense, which I happen to agree with them. I don't know if it's illegal. I just don't like it, which makes me not want to buy the product. But speaking of buying a product, consumerism is the reason that there's a new Sonic animated 3D series coming to Netflix in 2022. Apparently, we're going to get more information at the Game Awards. However, I'm filming this episode of Hot News before the Game Awards has happened, so there's probably a ton of gaming news that's happened that I'm not covering here, in which case, I'm so sorry. Please don't ever forgive me for it. Hold it over my head for the rest of my life. And then Sony is going to hold over Crunchyroll's head for the rest of their life. This is an awful transition. Funimation is acquiring Crunchyroll. Sony owns Funimation, and they're doing it for $1.175 billion, buying it off of Warner Media. So Crunchyroll and Funimation now merged together, which does that mean I can watch Dragon Ball on it? I'm not going to pay for it. I'm sorry. I'll just never watch it. It's okay. And you're never going to watch the gambling or booze ads again if you don't want to. YouTube's now going to allow viewers to change their advertising settings to reduce the amount of gambling and alcohol ads that they may be seeing. Fun fact, this is something that is actually controlled on the creator side as well. And I believe when I set up my channel that I chose not to show gambling and alcohol ads. I'm not 100% sure, so they might be getting through. But I remember being like, oh yeah, I don't want to be associated with this stuff. So, but now you can just be like, yeah, I don't want to be associated with this stuff. It's in your hands now. Thank you, YouTube, for putting things into our hands. And thank you, Boston Dynamics, for putting killer robot dogs into Hyundai's hands. The deal went through apparently with SoftBank between them and Hyundai to acquire the robot dog company. Terrifying. Nearly $1 billion. For the robot dog company, my friends, and nearly $1 billion. I don't know if that's not financially accurate. I'm being hyperbolic right now. Cyberpunk sold a lot of pre-orders, 8 million according to CD Projekt Red, 59% of which were on PC. So thank you, PC buyers, for finally getting things to show like it's PC centric. Obviously, this is pre-orders, not necessarily the lifetime of the game, but it bodes well for other companies maybe potentially being like, hey, we should develop for PC first and not do like crappy console port knockoffs. On top of that, there's a breakdown of physical and digital distribution on those pre-orders. 74% was digital. I think this likely will decrease as the lifespan of the game goes on, because I personally would only pre-order digital games so that I could preload them. But like I would wait until the physical copy is out and then like go pick it up. I don't know. That's just my perspective on it. I think pre-orders would always skew digital. That would make sense in my brain, but also it seems like it's a really popular game. Not only does that 8 million pre-order plus 59% of that being on PC make it the largest PC game launch in history of the world, it's also a pretty popular single player game. Cyberpunk peaked at over 1 million concurrent players on Steam, and at least according to CD Projekt Red's Twitter page, they also indicated that it is the #1 most streamed single player game on Twitch ever, and I think it hit 4th out of all games total, so that includes things like CSGO and Dota 2, like the international, the big championships. So dang, heckin', Cyberpunk seems to be a hit. What do you guys think? So far, I'm only like 2 or 3 hours into it. It feels like techie GTA. That's just the vibe I'm getting from it so far, but I'm not past the prologue, so I can't really comment on the scope of the game in its entirety. But let me know what you're thinking of Cyberpunk down below in the comments. And while you're down on that side of the YouTube thing, don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, Four Sigmatic Fridays, my friends. Check it. Get some coffee. Try it. The mushroom coffee, okay? Please do it for me. Coupon code for you. Save money. It's self-beneficial. And you beneficial too. Okay, I'm gonna stop ruining everything I stand for and leave. Thanks for watching the hot news. Get subscribed, all of that. Bye. It looks like scalpers have made a heckin' ton of money. An Oracle data engineer scalped an